Guys, how are we all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. So this is our Forex update for the 26th of May. So over to those charts. Here we have it, the Euro US dollar short. So yeah, you can see we entered the short trade from the break of this level. We tried to get back into the pennant. Yeah, I did say the last video that obviously this is a level we could basically retest, and then people will then start buying again. Because often the case how markets work, you break out of somewhere, a level, a pennant, whatever it is, a resistance level, and then you'll often come back and test it. So that's exactly what's happened here. This is pretty much what I did say would happen. Basically, we're gonna get more buying in on this level. I didn't necessarily say we were gonna come up, but we potentially could have done, because we are going to get people buy the retest basically. And what I think will happen is those people that bought the retest will eventually get squeezed as we come back under. So at the moment we're going to see whether we actually take out this high. So in all fairness, even though I'm bearish of this, if we do take out this high, this will potentially signal a buy trade. So we'll put the level here. We'll get rid of the arrow, and then we'll put another one. So yeah, if we break this, basically just blue skies basically. I don't even really know where to draw that to, but I don't think that's a likely scenario. But hey, we cover all eventualities here. We're not fixated on one particular view. But yeah, but I do think though, once we do break, either break back into the end of this pennant, really. I mean, it is obviously quite close to the end. Then we'll potentially drop out. So we've sort of got well, at the moment we've just got a lower high, but obviously this is in the making. There's no this high isn't confirmed yet as the high. I mean, we can easily keep going up. So yeah, we just got to keep an eye on this one. So yeah, it was a great trade though. Plenty of time to take profits. If not, you would certainly have a break-even stop loss, even if you didn't take any profits. It was advised to take some at this pennant, because this is where we are potentially gonna bounce off. Even if it's only a weak bounce, then we'll come back. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. As I look on the daily, it's going to look a bit crazy on the daily with this zoom, how obviously the lines are. But yeah, not too much to see on the daily. Again, it's just a pretty textbook indecision candle at the pennant, and then a break back up. So sort of they obviously trapped a load of bears that were selling. They're thinking we're going to break back into the pennant, and when we basically did break into the pennant, so the early bears got trapped and then got squeezed. So it's just a case of whether the bulls can take control and take us up, or whether we do come down. And I think if we come down again, then that time we will be down for the count, and we'll test some downsides. But it's putting up a good fight, this Euro US dollar. It's giving us some great trade entries, which is good. But yeah, it's just not going our direction. But though, this is the beauty of having a proper trading plan and trading properly, having good indicators and patience, is that even if the asset isn't doing what you think it will do, you can still make money. So you could still make money on this trade, and then you've not been caught in any losing trades. So we even had what was a 4-hour 9 here. So the 4-hour 9 would have signaled, yes, take some profits, also the trend line, and we're also at this trend line here. So it would have been a level you should have really been taking at least partial profits, and then break even stop loss for the rest. But yeah, so or even if you're bullish of this, I mean, you could go long. You could go long based on the 4-hour 9 and the trend line, and it would have been a good trade. I mean, it is probably one I should have taken, but obviously just with my overall view, it's just not one I would look for. But that's just personal preference. That's probably not the best trading, to be honest. You should just be taking them regardless of the direction, and then seeing where it takes you. So see what happened here. So yeah, we had the line, we kept the line in. This was basically the buy line. We got the 9, so then that did force us down, as you can expect a 4-hour 9 too. But then again, when we retook the line, we accelerated into basically a buy trade. So whilst we didn't get it when we first broke through, I mean, this is based on a 4-hour chart. So the breakdown obviously happened here. We then came back and retested, went into profit. And on the 4-hour, so yeah, and obviously then you'd have been looking to take profits, or at least have a break-even stop loss. So the 4-hour 9 was great. We were actually basing this trade off the daily though. The actual buy trade was based off the daily. So you can see we had the daily 9 here. It pretty much reversed price. We broke above the line. That did close, so it did activate the buy trade on the daily. But yeah, then we came back down. So it depends on how wide the stops are. I mean, in theory, the stop should be below here, and then you should be running it up to, obviously, up to the 200, I'd say. But yeah, so this is then now going back up. So I mean, even though I said this wasn't the likely scenario and I wasn't taking this long, you just got to trade. Just got to trade the patterns, trade the TD Sequential. Yeah, look for the daily 9s, look for the 4-hour 9s, and we didn't actually get a buy 9 down here, so no indication there. You won't always get the indication like we didn't down here either. But yeah, but we did have a great one, great sell there that we could have taken, and a great sell there, and a great sell there, and a great buy there. So you don't get them all the time. Nothing is ever perfect, but when you do get them, they're usually pretty good. So Euro sterling. So we've got this trade on from this 9 here. Let me just check it's not from a, is it from a daily? We did have a daily 9, didn't we? No, yeah, we did have a daily 9 also, but you can see that was not what we indicated this trade on. We actually opened this trade on a 4-hour 9 because we were isolating the best entry we could. So we had the daily 9, and then we had basically the 4-hour 9 to pinpoint our entry. So here it was basically in line with this confluence here, and obviously a break of the low of this 8 candle, and well, near the low of the 8 candle, but yeah, you can see what it was based on, this confluence here. And then yeah, obviously price came under, accelerated to the downside. We even had a buy 9 that that accelerated price down. So if you would want to stop out now, you would definitely move your stop, well, a stop in profit at above this 9 candle. But in theory, you're just running it down. The first target was down here, which was the daily 21. Was it daily 21, 2050? No, it was basically around, it was the confluence of the daily 21 and the 50. So around this area will be our first target, and then breaking that, it would be the 200. So another great trade there, guys. In profit, your stop is in profit. Yeah, just great trade, great entry, great trade. Let's have a look at the US dollar, Japanese yen. Not too much going on here. We did have a nice 9. I missed this. When did this candle come out? 2 o'clock this morning. Sorry guys, I was asleep. But yeah, so if I saw this, yeah, I'd be drawing. I mean, I'm reluctant to draw it on now because this is hindsight trading, but come on, you guys know me well enough now. You know that's what I would have drawn. That's what I would have drawn on here. So we'll put it on. I'm not going to be like, yeah, I called it, but this is how I'm explaining to you guys how you trade. You break below the bottom of that candle, then you activate a sell trade. There's a sell trade, and my target, it's a 4-hour trade, so my target would be either the 50 or the 200, possibly the 200 actually, because we are downward sloping on the 200. So I'll put the arrow down to the 200. Here we go. Arrow down to the 200. So that is our initial target, and then breaking that. I mean, we'll draw. If you look at this, there's a lot of horizontal confluence we've got here, including the 200. So let me take off the arrow again. So if we take, I'll just move this a little bit up there, and then so if we do take out this line here, then I would expect some serious acceleration to the downside. I mean, the next target would be about down here, so I'll potentially put it about there. So that's what we're looking at. That's what we're looking at in this US dollar, Japanese yen. So trade plans. This is what we got. We got some trade plans. I apologise for missing this 9 in real time. I'm annoyed myself because I would have put this trade on. But hey, here's what it is. Because whilst I am strong the dollar, the Japanese yen is another safe haven currency. So I'm not especially bullish the dollar against the Japanese yen. So anyway, there's some fundamental analysis for you. Euro Japanese yen, what we got going on? We got anything interesting here? 4-hour, anything interesting? Nice 4-hour, basically would have nearly been a 9, reverse the price. Great to see that. 9 there, didn't really do anything, but we would have had, basically our sell trade would have been below here. And we may have just got wicked into it and out of it, but you can see that level was a great level because it basically bounced the price. So it was an important level. If we break it, we go down. If we don't break it, we bounce off it. Look at that for beautiful 9 there. Great trade. When was this? Why did I miss this one? 6th of May. Great trade there. Great trade. Right, so yeah, Aussie US dollar. We were a sell. I think we drew some stuff on here. We are bearish of this. No, maybe we didn't because we didn't get any trades. Oh, so we got it. Oh, this is not the sort of 9 candle that is a lot of use. Have we got anything on the daily here? 12-hour daily. This is not a 9 candle that's a lot of use because we've moved so far on it. So I mean, the buy entry is probably going to be, the sell entry is under here basically. So I'm reluctant to draw it on because it's not necessarily a trade. I'll tell you what this is though, what this 9 candle is, and what this represents to me is if I took the long based on this buy 9, which would have been along here, as you would know, that's where I'll draw it, then I will be looking to take profits at the 9 candle. And in my experience, I do know often you get an acceleration into the 9. So that's basically what's happened here, an acceleration into the 9. So that would have been a great buy trade of this 4-hour 9. Even though I'm bearish of this pair, I should still trade my edge, and the edge is this 4-hour TD. And yeah, great buy trade, accelerating into 9, and yeah, I would be taking profits here basically. Taking profits as of this candle here. I mean, if I'm gonna trade properly, which I always recommend doing, maybe halfway up this candle, I'd set a trading take profit. I'll set it to here basically, halfway up the candle in line with this confluence. So because I expect if we do come down and we're going to stay strong, we'll bounce off there. So I'll still be in the trade. But if we don't, we break below it. Great time to take profit. So yeah, so there we go. Great. Now what did we have on the daily? Anything exciting, interesting on the daily? So here we go. What I would be eyeing here on the daily would be 2 more candles into the 200 and then rejection at the 200. But I mean, this is a lot like stock markets, and this is obviously reflecting stock market weakness. I mean, it says a lot like stock market. It's basically the same chart you can see. Just want to point out, nice daily 9, nice daily 9. But yeah, so yeah, potential 2 more days. This is what I was also saying in the stock market, because it's the same chart. I won't get it up for you guys. It's in my other stock market video, but the S&P pretty much looks like this. We're on a green 7, 2 more days into what is, we're above the 200 just on the stock market as the S&P, but into the 786 fib, which is, well, on a stock market charts around here. So that's maybe what I'm expecting. But yeah, this one's at the 200. So yeah, maybe 2 more days. We can coincide that with a nice 4-hour 9, and we may have ourselves a very nice potential trade entry. So we will definitely be keeping an eye on that. US dollar, Canadian dollar. Well, just look at that guys. Look at that 4-hour chart. Bang bang bang. There we go. Fantastic trade. Met our target. That was our target, this horizontal support area. There you go guys. That's what I like to see. Targets met, trade activated, never went offside. Bang. Excellent. Based off the 4-hour 9. The 4-hour 9s, guys, this is how you trade. This is how you do it. Yeah, obviously it was based on a 4-hour chart. I mean, like I say, I trade off the 4-hour. I love the 4-hour. The 12-hour, sorry, daily. Daily is great, but you struggle to get the 9s on the dailies because the whole daily candles, aren't they? So obviously stating the obvious there, but in any given day, any day you want, any day you tell me, any day, we're gonna get 6 4-hour candles. That's just how it is, guys. That's how it works. So yeah, but anyway, we've got the 9 here. Again, this is difficult. It's difficult to put a buy trade off this 9 because, well, we're below it now anyway. So I mean, it's slightly irrelevant, but we would have basically had to have placed it here, and that's quite far away from price action. So you maybe just want to wait for another 9 potentially and see what happens. The price looks to be accelerating down. RSI looking a bit bearish. Looks like it can't go down much further. MACD as well looking pretty bearish too. But yeah, look at that, guys. Fantastic trade. Dollar index. Again, I said to you guys, I didn't like this trade. I didn't like this idea. I am bullish of this, but I put the trade in and I said, it doesn't matter what my views are. This is the sell trade. This is where you sell this line here. And if you sell it, I'm expecting to move down to here. Well, I don't know if I'm expecting to move down to that level. Am I or not? Did I just draw this? Yes, the 200 on the daily is what my target was. So yeah, for our chart, for our breakdown, target of the 200 daily. That's it. There's a trade. I mean, we're still in the trade. We're still short. I mean, I'll definitely be putting a stop loss. No, it's not a stop loss. It's a stop in profit. I'll definitely stopping out the trade in profit halfway through this candle. That's where I'll draw it. But yeah, so look, great trade again. I remember drawing this saying, look, this is the trade, guys. I don't think this is going to happen. I think we're going to accelerate up, but this is the trade. And yeah, you just trade. You don't trade the market. What you think the market's going to do. You don't trade your fundamental views. It's just asinine. There's no point. You just got to trade what you see. Look at that great 9 as well. Great 9 sell trade there as well. I mean, that 9 buy, eventually we did reverse the price. I mean, like I said, your buy would have had to been here. It would have been a great buy. Like, no dramas there. But it's just, I don't like putting them on these big candles. But hey, buy 9 there didn't work out. Yeah, so just great trade. Right, let's look at some more great trades that we've been talking about. Brazilian real. We had the daily 9. Obviously this was before. I didn't want to hindsight trade and draw it on, but the 9 was there. There's your level. Take out the level, bang, sell. And yeah, first target would have been the 21 and then the 50, because you guys know that's how I roll. That's what I would have said. Target 21, target 50. So come on, we know we're getting on the same page here, aren't we, guys? We're getting there. Right, US dollar, Mexican peso. There we go. Look at that. Let me just give myself a round of applause. Well done trading with Dan. There's the trade. I mean, again, this is not even based on a 9, although we had a great daily 9 there. We never really looked back. Basically, the sell was there. We came back and retested it. I mean, yeah, that's fine. We did that, but there's a daily 9. Down we go. Nice. Just, this is picture perfect, guys. Picture perfect descending triangle. Breakdown. Picture perfect target met. And in a couple of days we'll have a buy 9, so I mean there's no need to take your profit now if you're in this trade. You just wait for the daily 9, potentially take some profit there, or you even, I mean, we've got a downward trend now, maybe we come down to the 200, who knows. But I would be careful in the next couple of days. I would be putting my stopping profit somewhere around here. I'd have to decide, but just look at that, picture perfect. What a trade. It's how to trade Forex like a boss, guys. Right, so yeah, they had the buy 9 here. Yep, so what did I do? Yeah, so basically this is what we had. We basically had the trade idea for this was, if we have the buy 9, I would be expecting only to get us to the 21, and then would either break down from the 21, which is what I think would be the most likely scenario. But if we break through the 21, onwards and upwards again. So but though we are breaking back down. I mean, the other trade I could have drawn would have been a break of the low of the 9. So if we basically come back down, then we're just resuming the trend, and you'd expect another 9 count. So I didn't actually draw that on, but yeah, this is what I'd be looking at here. This is what I was looking at. The 9 reversing, taking us back here and coming back. I mean, it hasn't happened. I'll leave this on for a couple more days to see if we do get any sort of action. But yeah, just no trade. But yeah, you can see this is how this is the 4-hour 9s, guys. The 4-hour and the daily 9s. I mean, the great sell there. What a great sell. I mean, that would be your sell level. I mean, it's one of those big candles I don't like, but it swings and roundabouts, guys. Because what can happen if you don't have a big candle, then it's like when you actually take out the low of that candle, you haven't moved far, so the trend maybe hasn't shifted. But when you have a big candle and you come back, to come back all the way to the bottom of here, you're already shifting the trend, the momentum. And this is the daily, but you got to think about the momentum on the 4-hour chart, the 1-hour chart. They're going to the downside, so you've got momentum behind you then. So you take the sell anyway. I mean, this candle is not quite as big as some of the other daily candles, but you take the sell anyway, and it's just a fantastic trade. You run it into the 9. Just perfect trade, guys. I mean, what else can we say? It's great. I mean, did we have anything on the 4-hour that helped us out? Sadly not. We were only 8 hours from a 4-hour 9, but they couldn't wait. They front ran us, guys. Oh my god, they front ran our trade. Front ran. Anyway, so yeah, there you go, guys. And then you can see we blasted through these knives. Did we trade higher than it? No buy trade. Did we trade higher than it? No buy trade. Did we trade higher than it? No buy trade. Did we trade higher than it? No buy trade. So you're in it. You're not taking any trades. Basically, if you're bullish of this, if you're bearish of you're bullish of the dollar, bullish of this. So obviously that'll be this going up, like I am. I don't get in it. My 4-hour doesn't give me an entry. It keeps me out of the trade. It keeps me safe. It says, no, Dan, your fundamentals are rubbish. I know what I'm talking about, Mr. Market. I missed the market and I know what I'm talking about and you don't. So there you go. That is it. That's the end of the video. We've gone through our thing. We've got our trade ideas. We've seen how to trade like a boss. We've got some great entries, some great trades. Yeah, that's it. That's it, guys. How to trade Forex. Right, so remember though, it's not financial advice, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys soon.